All right, welcome everyone. We'll give it a couple minutes and let people jump on. Welcome, July 8th, if you can believe it.
We've made it.
It's going by fast. I've heard a joke that we might as well put up our Christmas tree at this point, since we can't do anything else for the summer, and let's just jump right into the holidays. Kidding. All right, just give it a couple more minutes, allow some people to get on. Welcome for joining us at our team meeting and our format. Yes, I did go get me a haircut. I wanted to look like Chris Lesak, and those ladies went nuts with the clippers, and they went after the beard too. So
I'm actually growing mine out. It doesn't look like it, but you know.
Awesome. Hey, Chris, for people, if people don't, here's the format of the meeting today is Chris is going to jump on and we're going to have a little bit of a discussion because I think it's interesting on education and training. He has a class coming up I think it's going to be really cool. And just kind of as we move into this new arena, a space that we're in, working virtual office, and it's kind of a fascinating world we live in. Yet, Chris, people that don't know you, why don't you give us a little glimpse of your background and different things you're a part of.
Awesome. Well, yeah, my name is Chris Lesak. I have been in the business for almost 18 years. I started out, even before I was licensed, I was doing property management with my uncle in the Central Texas area, San Marcos, Austin area, New Braunfels, and we were managing apartment complexes, duplexes, rental properties for owners. And it was a good learning experience for me. I always say, if you've never done a trash out for an apartment in a college town, you haven't lived, because it's an interesting experience, all the stuff that you'll find. And so I started doing that, and just kind of things progressed, and I got my real estate license when I was there. And my uncle, you know, he was like, hey, we need more agents, be licensed. So I get licensed, and that was I started in 2002, got licensed 2003. Then I quickly realized there's not a lot of sales in in these small college towns. It's changed a lot since then, but it's probably tripled in size. But at the time, there was like 22 sales a month in the entire city. And I was looking just in the Pearland area where I was from, and they were having like 30 sales a day. And I said, okay, not making money there. I'm gonna move back home where I was from, and you know, to an area with a lot more sales. So started selling real estate there. It was April of 2003, when I started selling with a boutique company in East Pearland. And they were one of the only companies over there, some friends of ours that we grew up with. So I was selling real estate there. I was there for probably about 7-8 years. And then I moved out to the Sugar Land area. I had a life event. I got married and I moved to the Sugar Land area. And so I moved my license to another firm, was there for a few years. And then this guy, Chad St. Jean, calls me and was like, hey, you want to come to Keller Williams? So I felt sorry for the guy, right? Like I knew Andy. Everyone knows Andy. Andy's so great and marvelous. And I was like, well, I won't tell Chad I know Andy. I'm going to let Chad feel like he got a win. And so I come to meet with Chad, and Andy walks in. She gives me a big hug. She's like, oh, Chris. And I'm like, I'd known Andy for 5 years at that point, or maybe longer, probably like 7 years. So anyway, ended up moving to KW about 6 months after the initial meeting. And I've been here since. So that was about 2015 is when I moved over here. And so about 5.5 years at KW. It's been a great experience, and learned a lot. I've gotten to share a lot, teach a lot, and it kind of solidified some things in my business moving to KW, because you have access to all these people, all the different systems and trainings and different lead generation methods and business models. You get to kind of see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And so that's been a good experience where I got to hone kind of what I do. And, you know, at first it was a lot of work, and then now it's kind of not as much work. I still work a lot, but it's different once you get the systems and methods down, and Chad talked about the course that I'm doing. Right now we have a free course about geographic farming. And the way I approach it is a lot different. We don't just do marketing and just dump postcards on areas and run Facebook ads. We actually add the prospecting side to it, which is, you know, knocking on doors, making phone calls, and doing some prospecting activities. Because if you've ever read the Shift book tells you prospecting based, marketing enhanced. You want to lead with revenue. So we want to do the low cost things that's a little bit of time and very little money and see what works. And then we want to add the marketing later. So we're doing a course on that right now. Other than that, the things that I have going on, my family has a survey company. It's ProServe. We're one of the biggest in the Houston area. We compete for number one. So I think we're probably number two in size and volume right now in the Houston area. We think we give the best service because we don't take on everybody as a customer as far as title companies, but your real estate agents will work with all of you. But we're honest about it. We have good systems and processes, whether it's my real estate business, our survey business, management, anything else we do, investing, it's all, hey, we want to have good systems, methods, best practices, so life will run a lot easier for everybody, and we can provide better level of service for our customers.
What are you experiencing right now as far as business in the survey company?
We had our greatest month ever last month in June. Yeah. It was disproportionately bigger than our June last year, which was our biggest June ever was last year, which is our biggest month ever. June's a pretty big month in real estate in general. Yeah. Summer months always hot, but May, June are really hot. April and May, we saw a small dip, but for the year, we are up this year, year over year from last year. And last year was our biggest year ever. And surprisingly, this year with COVID and everything, we're still above last year. So I'm very thankful for that. This month, we're seeing the same thing. We're going to see a huge month in the month of July. I don't know if we'll beat June, but we're trying. We would love to beat June because that would be really good. Yeah. So I kind of run the salespeople. I don't survey. I used to help my brother when I was in high school. So like 20-something years ago, I probably did 1,000 surveys. It's very hot outside. I don't like to do that. And I basically run the salespeople, and I handle Fort Bend County pretty much exclusively. So I have about 20 title companies that I deal with here, take them out for drinks, lunches, things like that. And then, you know, help with any questions. And then I manage the salespeople, and we have a team of salespeople at the survey company. And that's, it's good. It's good to have leverage.
If there's one thing, what's the most common question you get on a survey that you wish agents would understand?
I think probably the most common, or the one that people don't understand the most, is how long does it take? And, you know, surveys are not like appraisals. We actually, surprisingly, when you order a survey, we get a survey done faster than an appraisal, which is weird because a survey takes like 6 people to do one, and it takes way longer than an appraisal to do it. And I know there's a lot of typing and stuff on an appraisal, but on a survey, like, we have to draft the thing. Like in AutoCAD, we draft the thing, and there's a lot of detailed information and everything that goes into it, a lot of research. So like, we have a mapping department, a research department. We have the crews that actually go to the property, and everybody thinks we can produce a survey in an hour. And it's like, no, like, physical time on a survey is about 8 hours. Wow. And that's usually spread out over about a 2 or 3 day period. And like I said, it takes about 6, sometimes 8 hands to touch that survey to complete the survey. So that's one of the things a lot of people don't realize. Yeah. And so, like, in your contract, when it says a survey will be ordered within 14 days, and then the title company doesn't order it because, hey, we're waiting on the appraisal, or the buyer wasn't approved, and then everyone thinks the survey can just magically appear the next day. It doesn't work like that. And so residential is going to take a solid 3 days, sometimes 2 days, but land could be 2 weeks, a week, a month, 3 days. there's no hard and fast on land. Land could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be a month or two. Yeah.
All right. So dig in a little bit about your class. So you're giving a free class that you would eventually like for people to pay for. So you have that. And I know you've researched a lot on training, and is it online? Is it in person? Kind of interesting what the state we're in right now. So tell us a little bit why this class, what you've learned in the process, and why you're offering it.
So it's interesting leading up to this, we were looking at how do we make training better in general at KW. So we took a poll, and I found some interesting results, and it was 67% of people wanted in-person live training. And the main two reasons for that was they wanted the Q&A so they could talk and ask questions, and then so they could hear what other people asked and questions that hey, what did that person ask? Because you don't think of all the questions at the same time. And the other reason is that people want to network. So whether they go off to Austin or, to, wherever, family reunion or whoever you're taking training from, they go off, they get to network with other people because it can be a referral source, which there's some agents in this office like Sahar who amazing at networking, get tons of referrals. And so they like that element of it too, is making the connections.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, let's start doing some live classes. And I'm like, hey, we'll do a live class. All right. And I'm going to film it and we'll do something with it later, right? Just figure out how this is all going to work. And then Corona hits, all right, COVID, Corona, whatever you want. I like Corona because it sounds like the beer. But it hits and it changed everything. And going in, as much as you may want to do it live and in person, it's not even an option. And so we saw the cases dropping. We saw, hey, it's an opportunity for us to go out and, actually do a live class. People are clamoring to get out of their houses, go and actually do something and interact with people. And so we're getting everything ready. We're getting prepared. We're getting it on the schedule. And then the governor's, hey, you can't meet. And then, oh, you need masks, and oh, you need all this stuff. And then we're setting up the training room, and it's like, okay, well, we can get like 18, 20 people in the training room max to follow the rules, which is okay. But online, it's interesting because, we had 28 people say they wanted to do it live, but in our online class, we have 66 or 68 people as of today have signed up in our class. We actually started Monday, but it's recorded, so you can still get in, but we're going to shut it off, like joining here soon, because you're going to be too far behind. And some of the live recordings and things that we do on Facebook Live and Q&A, stuff like that, it'll actually start dropping off. And so you'll start missing content, not be able to catch up. But I like training. I've trained for free for years. A tidbit I didn't talk about was when I was living in San Marcos doing property management, I also worked for Nike retail. So I used to work about 80, 90 hours a week. I like to work. I've had to step back from that because I'm a little older and I can't work 90 hours a week like I used to. But I was a head trainer for Nike at the outlet mall. So I trained all the new people for almost 3 years. So if you came in and worked for Nike retail in San Marcos, which was the 3rd largest store in the country as far as the outlets go, I was your trainer. I was going to teach you about how shoes worked, the history, how the apparel worked. I was going to teach you how to sell things. And so I did that for years there. And then when I got into real estate, I still trained people. And, here at KW, there's plenty of training opportunities. So I still train here. And it's something I really like. And so I'm exploring, what does it look like to, train people for money and professionally, and talk to people at MAPS Coaching and some different other programs. And I just decided that, hey, I was going to do it on my own, still experimenting with it. But I know a lot of people and I've trained a lot of people. So I'm just kind of wading through those waters to see what it's like and to be paid to train people. So it's kind of interesting time. And I've been making money doing it, and amongst my other ventures, and it's been fun. It's been nice. I've got a group of people I coach, and I got a group of people that I'm training. And I decided to do the free training here for KW people because there was a lot of reasons, but mainly because I wanted my friends and people I work with, or, you know, closely in our market center to have access to the training, but I also want reviews and feedback. So it's a little, you know, reciprocal in why I did it. So,
Give
and
us,
it's going pretty good.
give us specifics if somebody wanted to jump in today.
So we have in our Keller Williams, our KWSW closed group. If you are not a member of that group, you should join that group, because about half the agents in the office are in the KW group. You need to join that group. So one, you get updates from the office, but two, I have the link to sign up for our class. And basically you go to our Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group. You just ask to join that, and then I will approve you to be in that group. You have to be from our office to be in that group. And so you click that link, it'll take you to the private Facebook group. You just answer some quick questions like, you know, hey, we'll participate. Hey, we won't be rude, you know, whatever. Hey, we'll give a review. And then we let you in. And then inside that group, there's a link to the actual course. So you have the videos, and then we do a live Q&A every Monday at 1 o'clock. I jump on, do a Facebook Live. I do Q&A. If you were on Monday in the group, you got to see me with a mustache, and I shaved it. So I still have some stubble here, but I had a mustache. You know, I looked grungy with the mustache and everything like that. Everybody said I needed to shave it. I was trying to be Gary Keller, right? Just trying to, you know, be Gary Keller. And so shave the mustache off, but you got to see that Monday. So little things like that. And I give updates almost daily of what's going on. But then Monday we do an actual live Q&A where I'm on there answering questions and walking further through the content that we have recorded. It's about an 8-hour course of video. And then I give marketing, everything that I've ever used to generate real estate business. And in the thing, I show like the awards and different awards and stuff like that I won using the exact same system that I'm teaching everybody. So we do door knocking, cold calling, Facebook ads, but I actually give you some of the mailing piece, and I show you how to reduce your cost. You know, the old way of farming an area, you were spending $12,000, $13,000 a year or more, and you still didn't know if it worked. And I show you how to cut that by about 70–80%. And speed it up. Instead of waiting a year, you know, 12, 18 months, I can show you how to get listings in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, you know, up to 4 months. You should have at least one listing appointment within 120 days of doing all this. So really good information. It's stuff that I've done. I'm a redneck from South Texas with no hair. Like, I'm kind of goofy. Like, if I can do it, any of y'all can do it. So it's stuff I used and it worked for me, so it can work for all of y'all. But it's everything. But we're only going to have it open for 30 days. After that, the free goes away. But you need to start now.
Okay, awesome. All right, sounds exciting. I think that's a great opportunity to jump in. All right, one last thing before I kick you off. What's one piece of advice that you would give to the group listening today about how to drive business in today's market?
Good question. So when we did a Zoom meeting, was about 2–3 months ago, and we were kind of getting into all this, I told everybody, you need to reach out, you need to be personable, you need to be in front of everyone in your database, because the world's going to reopen and things are going to heat up. Okay. And what happened? We got through May into June, and it was record sales all over the place. All right. Money everywhere. So if you did what I said back in March and April, you had a good May and June probably. Now we're hot right now. It's not going to last. Okay. That's why, you know, not to plug my course even more, but you need to be prospecting, just like the Shift book says, is you need to start implementing a prospecting based system now, because when we get closer to the election, with everything that's going on in the world, the market's probably going to slow down. And all the old stuff of just saying, hey, I'm here to help is not going to work. You're going to have to stay in front of people consistently. So the thing that I would say to drive your business is start setting up a prospecting based, marketing enhanced business stay in your database, but you also are going to need to go outside of your database, and you're going to have to find an area of a neighborhood or something like that, a community that you're going to be able to go get in front of those people and be the agent of choice, because when the market turns, your database might be exhausted and you're going to need another source of business.
Okay, good stuff. All right, we'll go to the closed Facebook group, sign up for the class. I think that'd be an awesome opportunity. Sounds like a good group anyway. So appreciate you putting that out to us as a free course. I know it's packed full of great material, really hands-on, not in theory, do exactly this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. All right.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Chris. All right. We're going to bring on Jana real fast and Nikki, and they're going to share a few things with it. Let me hold on real fast. We'll get you signed up. Somebody was asking about, Irma was asking about the link to Facebook, but we'll get you plugged onto there as well. Hold on real fast. Bear with me as I got multiple things going on. I'm going to get Jana coming in. All right, hold on real fast. Jana and Nikki, you're going to come on. All right, so I wanted to share a little bit of an announcement if you hadn't heard. But Jana has accepted the role of team leader in Keller Williams Signature. They were looking, they needed some leadership there. And so I'm excited to be partnering with her in that office. I know she's going to be an outstanding job. And at the same time, she's been building her own bench here in the PC program. And Nikki's going to come on and help in that regards. So first off, Jana had earned the opportunity based on her success as a real estate agent, certainly has built one of the best PC programs in the country. She sits on lots of different calls and groups and labs, finding out what she did. And so we're excited about where our program is heading. And yet I want to turn it over to Jana and introduce Nikki at the same time. Go ahead, Jana.
Thank you, Chad. So thanks, everyone. I'm very excited about the opportunity to become the team leader in Katy. Yet I'm sad in the same time because this is my, home office, right? I don't know any better. I've been here for 8 years. So I just want to take this opportunity to also say thank you to all of you guys, to all of the agents, leadership, to producers, basically everyone who poured into me over the last 8 years whenever I was this brand new agent barely speaking English back in 2012. So thank you all. And I was ready for the next opportunity, and yet I was, searching for the next leader, for the next person that can take the productivity coaching program to the next level. And I actually found Nikki, and Nikki and I go long ways. And if you allow me, I just want to share with you, I met Nikki, I believe 4 years ago when I was hosting an open house, because all of you know I'm the open house queen, right? She walked into my open house with her dad visiting pregnant, and they were looking to purchase possibly a home. I recruited her as a buyer, so they purchased a home with me, and then we became friends. She shared with me that, she was always interested in real estate. She was doing interior design in Italy. And so I said, well, why don't you explore Keller Williams? And so I met her with Roscoe, and that's how the journey started. But I will actually allow her to share her story. And she's also, if you allow me, I'm going to ask her some powerful questions on what is her plan as far as the productivity coaching program. So Nikki, tell us a little bit about yourself, because many of the agents actually don't know you. So tell us a little bit about you. Who you are.
Well, first of all, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity. And my name is Nikki, and I'm Italian. So that's where the accent comes from. And, I think that Jana didn't want to leave the spot with someone without an accent, right? So
right.
we had to keep that. So I'm Italian. I was born and raised there. My family is all still there. I was exposed to real estate since very early on. It's part of my family business. Although I thought to be the black sheep and took a different route. I was actually a professional athlete for 10 years. And everything I learned through that career molded me in the person that I am right now. Team-oriented and all that goes along with that, good and bad. Okay. And then it was through playing basketball that I met my husband, what became my husband. Married him, and then moved to the United States. Different world, different things. And moving into the real estate career after I met Jana and, talked to her seems like a natural choice. So if you would have asked me back at that open house that right now would have been taking over her position, well, no, I would have probably laughed and absolutely not believed that. But I have to fill very big shoes. So I'm ready. I'm ready, and I'm eager to start.
That's awesome. Hey, Nikki, share with us why leadership?
So I've been an athlete. I'm always ready for the new challenge. I always take on challenges really seriously. I've always helping agents, and I've been teaching Ignite for quite a while. I have a really high desire of bringing out the best in people. And I'm really ready to wear a different hat and help people to achieve their best. And the perfect thing is that all my values align it perfectly with the leadership right now. Like it was just a natural choice for me.
Okay, awesome. Share with me your goals with the productivity coaching program. I'm technically giving you my baby that you're adopting. So tell me, how are you going to raise it?
So my main focus is going to be a sustainable growth, right? So increase the size of the program, but at the same time, I want to focus on the current aging that are actually producing right now to achieve their goals. That said, what it means that for the all new agents that are going to come on board, I want to make sure that they have a strong foundation based on system and models that we preach and that we believe in, so that they can start their business from the get-go with good habits. And for the current agents that are in production, I'm going to be their ally. I'm going to be their accountability. And I'm going to make sure that they are en route with their GPS, that they can make their goal, if not exceed them. Because sometimes what you need is just the person that really believes in your potential and just gives you the extra push. I've been wearing their shoes before, so I feel like I understand how it feels sometimes.
That's awesome. All right. And Nikki, if that's okay, go ahead and put your cell phone number so that way all the agents with all the questions can go ahead and reach out to you directly. But to all of my agents in a productivity coaching program, I just want to make sure that you guys know you can still call me with some questions. However, your primary contact from now on, of course, is going to be Nikki. I'm still going to be around this week. So, feel free to reach out, call me. You guys have my email. And I'm just looking forward to our partnership. Yet now it's going to be more friendship. So I'm very excited about that. Hey, Nikki, before I wrap this up, what would be your advice to an agent that feels stuck at this time?
Well, I would say just absolutely don't give up. And it's a moment of getting out of your comfort zone. And sometimes getting out of your comfort zone, meaning getting acquainted with your vulnerability. Realize what your vulnerabilities and flaws are is not a bad thing. Sometimes it's what makes you grow even more. Realize what your problems are. Realize where are you weak, and work on those, and have a mental shift. So getting out of the comfort zone right now is key. You cannot change what happened not even 10 minutes ago, but you can change what is going to happen in the next minute. And the choices that you make will make the person that you will be. So if any of you is willing to take the next step in the real estate career and wants to talk to me, I'll be more than happy to help anybody.
Okay, awesome, perfect. Well, thanks so much, Nikki, and thank you, everyone. I do truly appreciate you gave me a chance 3 years ago. Many of you, we have very personable partnerships that we actually had, and I'm just really excited about Nikki actually taking over this position. I believe she's a great leader. She's a great recruiter, and I know she will actually give the productivity coaching program a different perspective and take it to the next level. So please help me welcome Nikki, send her a text, give her some love, and make her feel welcome.
All right, I'm not done yet, so you guys don't get to run away a little bit. I want you guys just to step back a little bit and look at the team and the opportunity, right? And this is not, I believe an opportunity comes to everyone, and this is such a spot where people can grow into it. And if you look back, I'll brag on my wife a little bit, because she's promoted more people to the team leader position than I know in this system, and we continue to create opportunities for people to grow and get into it. And Jana's a perfect example. Danielle went off and found another opportunity as well. And so if you on this call are ever interested in leadership and want to dig in, I'd certainly love to take you through the process and see if we can create an opportunity when it comes to leadership. It's not for everyone, right? It's a hard role. There's work to be done. I think some people look back and say it's easy, but if you tap into the system that we have, oh, there's so much opportunity. And one of the frustrations that I get is people say to me is, well, I just didn't get the help that I needed. I went, what? Did you go to our leadership team and did you tell them and go seek them? Because there's not one person on this team that will not help you and jump in to do it as well. And that same goes for Jana and the program. And Jana's not going away, by the way, right? Sugarland and Katie Signature, we're really going to partner together. You're going to see us doing training together. You're going to see the staff combining to do things. And that's just the way that the future of market centers are going to go together. And so that provides us with another unique opportunity in space as well, especially when it comes to the technology and the production and the team. And I got full confidence in Nikki moving forward. I know she'll blow away Jana's numbers. I can't wait to see that. And yet it's a fun time, right? There's opportunity out there. Is it challenging? Yes, we got a lot going on in our world. We have COVID that's going on. We certainly have some racial, social inequalities that we need to work out as a country as well. Yet I hope you find Keller Williams Southwest is a place where that's where you come to grow. Business, if you're interested in leadership, come walk through the process with me. We're looking to grow more leaders. I think this is a common pattern thing you're gonna hear. People do well and something else is gonna walk in front of them. I'm just happy to partner with people who are after growth. So, Nikki,
Yes,
tell
sir.
us a little bit about, I like the sports and I don't think people hear that enough, right? So tell us a little bit about professional. So you said you played professional sports. Tell us what that was like.
Oh, well, that's a dream, right? I think that I feel blessed that I had the opportunity of waking up every day and doing what I loved. I loved basketball. I started at 9 and at age of 15, I was being paid to play. I mean, how many people can say that, right? Although it's not gold, everything that shines, right? It comes with a lot of commitment, a lot of pushing through. I remember being a 16-year-old having to go to practice at 6 in the morning for 2 hours, then go to school because God forbid my parents would have killed me if I would have dropped out, and then practice again for 4 hours every evening. You know how many times I found myself driving back with my dad that used to come pick me up at practice and say, I'm leaving, I'm giving up. And what my dad taught me and my coaches and mentors that I had throughout was like, when you start something, your people are relying on you, you're not giving up. And that was key. I pushed through. I wanted to go have happy hours and dancing and partying with my peers, right? But no, I pushed through. And then I became more like an adult. And still, I had a lot of challenges to face. You don't always like your coach. Well, guess what? You swallow it. You learn how to relate to all kinds of people. It doesn't matter what background is. It doesn't matter where economical status is, because if there is something in sport, it's a talent, and that you cannot buy that. It's something that either you have or you don't. And it doesn't matter where you come from, what color you are, how much money you have in your bank account. It is what it is. And you learn how to deal with all different people. And it's absolutely fantastic what it did for me. It taught me commitment, teamwork, that's key, how to respect people, how to respect their choices, even if you disagree with them, because that's the key for success. So Chad,
transfer that over. What does that mean in real estate? How does that desire, that drive, that not giving up, the commitment, how does that show up in real estate? And how does that show up in you being a leader of the PC program?
So for me in the PC program is the commitment I make to the agents, right? I commit to them. I set the expectation of I'm here to support you, guide you, mentor you. And on the other hand, you need to commit to me, commit to the results, and push through. Even when you want to give up, commit to it. And trust me, and I will trust you that together we can achieve a big goal.
Yeah.
I cannot twist anybody's arm like nobody can. It has to come from within. I feel that through sports, I learned what buttons to push in order to make the best out of people. I believe that everybody has a niche, although everybody is different.
Mhm.
So there is a way to find what is your niche and make it your own. You need to become your own best fan. And once it's hard to love ourselves and embrace who we are. But I feel that once you get to that point, growth is just ahead of you.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I have complete confidence in your ability to do this. If you can hear the drive and the desire and the willingness to be all in. So I'm telling others, tap into that, right? Tap into the people that we have. We have a strong leadership team. I get invited to panels and leaders and talking about it. And to me it's just the team, right? The stronger that you have as well. Nikki still has Gary that's there to help as well. She's not going into this. She has the muscle, the resources and things, and Jana's not going away. I hope you kind of hear that as well. There's going to be ways that we will be tapping in together to build really two dynamic market centers of the future. Okay, any final thoughts, Jana or Nikki, before I bring on Nimesh?
Jed, I just wanted to maybe give agents just a really quick, a different perspective. As you guys are working with Nikki and, you have this huge vision of making 100, 200, 300, whatever the number is for you, or to simply just become a capper or transition from part-time to full-time, right? There are going to be times when you are going to feel like giving up. You are going to have uncomfortable conversations whenever that is your client. The deal is going to fall through. You are going to, experience things that are not going the way you planned it. Yet, I will actually translate it back to Nikki and her basketball career, right? Nikki, would you mind to share with everyone how many knee surgeries have you had this far?
12.
12 knee surgeries. And what surgery do we have coming up?
Well, at age of 34, I'm getting platelet transfer.
But guess what? 12 different surgeries, but she continued to play, right? So wherever that is for you guys, you can achieve it. You just cannot give up. You have to push through, and I am very confident in Nikki, and I believe she is going to help you get there.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it. Excited for the next adventure for both Jana as team leader of Signature, Nikki coming over and joining the team at the PC. We know she's going to do well. And I encourage it to you guys is tap into the people around you, right? Jana's still available. We're going to be partnering together with both market centers. That's going to be a fun ride. We got challenges ahead. Trust me, we know, right? There's going to be some difficulty. And if there's any person out there that's, hey, I'm kind of interested in leadership, I want to explore it, right? Let me know. We'll walk you through the process. I'll give you some good insight. And yet we're always looking for leaders that show up and going, look, I'm doing well at real estate and it's an easy transfer. If you're showing up today going, do I sell real estate and leader? No, go out and grow where you are right now and tap into it. Okay. Awesome. All right. You guys can stick around or you can leave and we'll jump into our next phase. Stay with me. Don't leave, please. Got some exciting announcement. Nimesh always likes to be able to talk and share what he's got going on, but we'll jump in right away with Nimesh and give us an update.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jack.
Hey, I hope y'all are doing okay. Of course, congratulations is in order for both Jana and Nikki. That's really awesome. Looking forward to seeing them grow in their respective roles there, for sure. And just a FYI, not too many updates this week because of the holiday weekend, right? We didn't have our regional meeting or anything like that. There are a couple of advancements. I definitely want to make sure everybody knows to update that KW consumer app. There were some great updates in there. So you definitely want to do a lot of new features. So you definitely want to take advantage of that. So if you did not do that last week, make sure you go into your app store and update that app, okay? The KW consumer app. So when you share it, they have the latest one. Second, just a reminder to everybody that because I get this question quite a bit, specifically recently, and to make sure we don't confuse the process of our commissions request and the process of compliance. They are two separate things, okay, guys? So commissions is now 100% completed through command, okay, through opportunities, and compliance still remains through .loop, okay, at least through this busy summer season. We will let you know once we get towards moving everything over, compliance over to Command as well. But for now, documents and compliance are still in .loop and commissions is in Command. Don't forget that commissions requests go to Krista and the MC and Jared in the MCA's office, okay? Goes directly to them, and compliance goes to Marilyn and her team, okay, to give you the green light on those the compliance of documents, okay? So make sure you remember that. Marilyn did actually send me a note today to remind everybody that if you are representing buyers, okay, make sure you're submitting a compliance request in one folder, in one singular folder. I think because of the way Command is set up now, people are submitting documents in multiple folders within .loop. Again, if you're representing buyers and submitting for compliance to Maryland through .loop, make sure your buyer documents are all in one folder, okay? So that's big. And then last but not least, reminder that tomorrow you guys can join Norman at 11 o'clock and he is going to cover designs, campaigns, and ads. Okay, he's going to cover all of that in a nutshell. And so if you need a refresher on that, or if you're new, part of Ignite, and need to learn that afresh, then make sure you join him at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. Awesome. Anything for me, Chad? Or?
Yeah, and if I wanted to learn more videos, go back and watch things all doing with Command, where would I go?
KWSW25.com. All right, that's the best place to see them. Click on training videos. Not only are my videos and technology and Command there, but also Jana and Nikki's videos on productivity or any kind of special points are all in there as well for anybody to access. They're all in there. Okay, right there under training videos.
Okay, a couple of questions here and comments. One is that somebody learned that you don't need to wait. Jessica said you don't need to wait for compliance submit for commission. You can do both of them simultaneously, right? So
that is true. You can do both of them simultaneously. Just note that and make sure you don't get impatient because the MCA's office is not going to produce that CDA until they get the green light from Maryland that you are past commissions, but you can submit the request in advance. Absolutely.
Okay. The next question is from Ken. How do you move the IABS, et cetera, consultant under contract? Just drag them down?
Yes, you can drag them down or add them anew. You can add a new, just add it freshly into the original folder.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Mesh. Good
Absolutely,
update.
guys.
Get going. All right, let's turn it over to the celebrity. Celebrity, what do you got for us today?
Hey guys, I'm actually coming in on the road, so if I break up a little bit, I want to apologize. I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys hopefully some insight on what's going on with Title nationally and what's going on with us at Celebrity Title. We just had a nice email come out from the American Land and Title Association that just did a first quarter. I know it's already July, but we're a little slow in title. There was a 40% national increase in remote online notarization. And I know in our company as well, we saw about a 20% increase in remote online notarization in the month of June. So that's just letting me know that you guys are still out there working and we've just kind of changed the way we do business. I know that you guys are all adapting to that. We're adapting to Zoom meetings and education on Zoom and trying to make a few conference calls on Zoom. So I just want to let you guys know that you guys are all in line with what's happening nationally, and we're seeing a difference and a shift in how we do business. I know I enjoy coming on Zoom with you guys because it gives me a chance like now where I'm going home from vacation and getting a chance to actually still come online with you guys. So I appreciate that. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that we have seen an increase in premium rates nationally. It's gone up 27.5% from 2019 to 2020 in the first quarter. So I know that we started with the COVID-19 about the end of the first quarter, and we're expecting the numbers to come in shortly in September for the second quarter, so we can see that. Like I said, we're a little slow with our numbers nationally, but it does show how the market is growing and you still have opportunities out there. So I would definitely suggest that if you haven't started shifting your business to doing things remotely or learning technology, I know you guys are huge on Command and doing technology, and that's amazing, but it definitely shows that the industry is still strong. Real estate is really, really strong, and we're seeing the difference. 2020 June for Celebrity Title was our second highest June ever in the last 8 months, or 8 years, excuse me, not 8 months, but 8 years. So that does tell me you guys are out there making those numbers and making it work. If you guys ever have any questions on how to do anything electronically, Zoom meetings, remote loanization, remote notarization, anything that might come up that you might have a question or two about, please do not hesitate to contact anyone at Celebrity Title. We will walk you through and hold your hand the best we can whenever we can. So technology is sometimes scary, but I think that we're all getting the hang of it, and it's just changing a little bit. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Yeah,
I'd like to.
Nimesh asked, explain premium rates.
So premium rates are actually based on the state of Texas actually gives us those rates. There's not a single title company that actually can change rates. So you can go to TDI, Texas Department of Insurance, and you can see what the premium rates are. They should always be aligned. The premium rate is based on your total cost of your home and how much we're insuring the home for. And then there's actually a formula. So after $1 million, there's a special formula for that. There's a nice chart, and I can send that out on you guys' Facebook page so you guys can all have that. We do have a sheet within Celebrity Title that we actually offer as well. But they're all based, so it's all different. On average, at $350,000 homes, premium rate is about $1,800. I can give you exact numbers if you guys need those numbers from me, but that's just an average. I think that's close to where your average is for your average home prices. So just to know, that is one rate that's all regulated. So that's something else to know. No matter what title company you're going to, our actual premium rates are regulated through the state of Texas. We cannot charge you more. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, good. That's
Okay.
good feedback on that. All right, very good. All right, Reliant,
Good. Oh,
you're on.
yeah, okay. I thought I muted myself. Okay, good morning. So I just text you my phone number and name. If you can text me my name and my phone number back with your name, you will have a chance to win a Starbucks gift card, okay? And by the end of the conversation, I count how many people I have, and you pick the number. I mean, chat, pick the number for the winner, okay?
I haven't seen yours come through yet.
You did not see my text message?
Our chat, in the chat you're talking?
Yeah. Do you see it?
Have not seen it.
Oh, okay. Do you see it yet?
Yeah, now we got it. All right.
Okay.
So the fifth person to text you wins the Starbucks gift card. All right, cool. Okay, any other announcements?
And then last month, you guys did good for the referral, okay? Then we are going to continue to do the other contacts for July. So the first place is 100, second place is $50, okay?
Okay. All right, awesome. Well, let us know at the end who the winner is. All right, Dale, AMCAP, what do you got?
Hey, good morning. Wanted to discuss a little bit about just setting expectations with your buyers and sellers. Right now, the volume of loans being closed is at an all-time high. Its average right now is about 3 times the normal volume for this time of year. So what that does is put strain on everyone involved in the transaction, from you guys, the agents, to the mortgage lenders, to appraisers, to surveyors, to title companies, in every aspect of the transaction. So when you're looking into making an offer, obviously your offer may look or appear to be a little bit more attractive if you can close quicker. What that's going to entail, though, is that you've gotten with whichever lender your buyer is working with to make certain they have every document needed for the loan. What that's going to help you do is be able to push that loan into being able to order an appraisal right away to get that working. We were talking with the VA just recently. VA, typically, the guidelines state that the appraisers have 10 business days in order to complete a VA appraisal. That sounds good, but the VA is taking almost a week to order those appraisals. So at that point, we're 3 weeks into a transaction potentially to find out that the appraisal could be short. So you don't want to get that far into the transaction and not know where you stand as far as an appraisal. So my point is, get the buyers in with a lender, whoever it may be. That may be a first step before you're out showing homes. I do know that now it is becoming even more and more common that agents who have listings do not want buyers walking through homes that don't have pre-qualification letters. So again, let's verify that these buyers are real, that they're able to purchase, but that they've done their due diligence to make certain that the lending can happen. With the COVID scare for sellers potentially, and the upkick now with additional cases happening, this may make it even a little more difficult to get access to some of these homes. So I had an inspector who we ordered. Typically inspectors are able to get out in 2 or 3 days. This appraiser or this inspector said it was going to take 8 days before he could get to a property to be able to even inspect. And so this is putting delays. Option periods may need to go a little bit longer if that's the case.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Good feedback. Well, I thank you guys. We'll let you off a few minutes. Here's my last thing I'm going to leave you with. I've been preaching to it as well. The #1 top teams. I talked to Gary Keller on the top teams that he visited with. Care calls are still the #1 source of business right now. When you generally go check on people, ask how they're doing, use the Ford script. How's the family? Everybody okay? How's the job? Is that in place? We do know, and we're going to be impacted by this energy as we move forward. You know, are you going to do anything fun this summer, right? That's your recreation. And when this is all over, what would you love to do, get back to as well? And then it's just going to naturally tie into it. Call your people, your sphere, your database. I can't emphasize that enough. I mean, this week I got a couple of handwritten notes that people wrote to me for gratitude, and I opened those right up, and I love those. Write some handwritten notes. Go back to the basics. Yes, we got command, yet command is high tech, high touch, right? We've got to get in relationship with the touch component of it as well. That's something that Zillow cannot do. So stay in relationship, people. It's needed more than ever. Is refinancing still a good option on the table right now, Dale?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Rates are nuts. They're super, super low. And, you know, again, people that are interested in refinancing, they've got to be patient because that extra volume slows down the business. Yeah.
But if you can get in and lock that rate, you're going to be in good shape.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's a big difference, right? I was out walking the other day. I have somebody that I know well in the neighborhood, and I said, he was asking me a question or two about real estate and the market and the loans and all that. His wife is actually appraised, and I said, you refinanced your home, right? Assuming they should know. And he goes, no. I said, what's your rate? He goes, well, in the low 4s. I'm like, no, you're going to live here for a while. Go get that refinanced. I didn't make any money on that, but that's the service. And even educated people that are some in the industry still need you to consult them and push them along in that. And that just creates a conversation, a relationship that just doesn't go away. So make those care calls, be knowledgeable, stay in front of your core people. Can't emphasize that enough. Okay. I appreciate you guys joining on. Exciting times. If there's anything that I ever can do to help you, don't hesitate to reach out, or the team. Got some exciting technology pieces going in. If you need help with the commission piece of anything, don't hesitate to reach out to Norman. Visit the website. We got videos. I don't think it's that difficult. Once we'll just flip it over, I think it's going to be pretty smooth. Okay. Awesome. Great time. Good to see you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.